Other news, Congressman John Conyers here in the United States, the longest-serving member of the House of Representatives, the longest-serving African-American in history, says he'll be retiring and will not seek re-election in 2018, retiring right away amid all of the allegations of sexual harassment by several female employees. Conyers called into a Detroit radio show earlier today to make the announcement. Listen to this.
I am retiring today, and I want everyone to know how much I appreciate the support. Whatever they are not accurate or they're not true, and I think that they are something that I can't explain where they came from. My legacy can't be compromised or diminished in any way by what we're going through now. This too shall pass.
All right, let's get some reaction. Julie, what do you think about this announcement out of the House?
Well, I mean, it's a huge thing, given that he's the longest-serving member. Nancy Pelosi called him an icon not too long ago. But listen, I mean, it's very clear that Democratic leaders had decided that there had to be an exit for him or an off-ramp for him because of the allegations and the fact that he hadn't said anything to defend himself against, despite what he said in the radio show today. He was being prodded out. And by saying he was retiring, not resigning, I think he was trying to maintain some dignity here. But, it's not a real big surprise that he actually, responded to what were clearly the subtle cues from his colleagues.
He's 88 years old, and he said he wants his son to be the next to take his seat.
Yeah. I thought it was relatively tone deaf, candidly. He talked about, he spent the first half of the interview talking about how his family was doing well, which is great. I mean, but it's not the point. Then he talked about how that clip you played there, Wolf, that, well, it's not gonna taint his legacy in any way. It's certainly gonna be part of his legacy because, as Julie points out, he was moved out. The Speaker, the House Minority Leader, Nancy Pelosi, the head of the Democratic Congressional Campaign Committee, called for him to resign. And then the son, endorsing the son. His son is 27 years old, never held elected office before. I mean, maybe he'd be great, but that's not exactly a sort of, to borrow a Donald Trump phrase, not exactly a drain the swamp move to say, okay, I'm resigning amid scandal, but my son here is great. It's just sort of odd.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of odd things going on right now. All right, guys, thanks very, very much. Once again, we're awaiting the White House briefing, any moment now. This amid new revelations in the Russia investigation and the president's endorsement of the accused child molester, Roy Moore. Stay with us.